Hello and welcome back to Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition. Last time we met a talking cat. Well, actually the cat wasn't talking, we understood what he said. And he was smitten, if that is the right word, for a female cat that belonged to the mayor. And she didn't want him because they were in different social class, I think. But yes, let's continue. Hopefully all are doing well. Now I just actually have to remember Kitty Love. Sent of us. She used to be a fancy color. If you could find it, Max. Tom, the wannabe adventurer.
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Region headquarters Alice's office. Maybe that's because I am thinking we need to do these climbs in here. Next.
Have you ever had the fortune of challenging a feeble leader?
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't open this door for anyone who hasn't received Captain Aureus' explicit approval.
Okay, so we need actually go to Arius first. And yes, I am playing this on Friday because, you know, I sometimes call Friday Fantasy Friday, Friday of Fantasy. That is Mayor. Oh, we haven't been here at all. Explosive arrowhead. Who uses bow? I do. There was my weight capacity, okay. I have to learn everything again. I am doing my best.
Well, hello there!
Up.
It's time the council took notice of us. You here for the Bone Rattlers or the Club Wavers?
I assume you address me for a reason, so go on. Speak.
Oh, that's Jahan.
And so let the hunt continue.
Source Hunter's here too. Well, if the Legion couldn't save this place, what are you going to do?
My best. My very best.
Source Hunter's here too? Well, if the Legion couldn't save this place, what are you gonna do?
Selenia. You have a name.
Source Hunter. A sight for sore eyes if ever there was one. I know you're probably knee-deep in that awful murder investigation, but truth be told, the Legion could use your help as well. We've been conducting a series of expeditions into undead territory, and I'm afraid I must admit they've met with very little success.
With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
Lieutenant Selenia at your service. I'm Captain Aureus' second in command, but rest assured I am a lot more kindly inclined towards source hunters than he is. Now, I certainly don't mind a bit of healthy competition and even rivalry between our orders, but I, for one, have no intention of looking a gift horse in the mouth. And that is exactly what your presence in Sicil is, Source Hunter. A gift and a blessing. Only heroes such as yourself can make a true difference in this troubled part of the world. Such is my honest conviction.
Let's discuss the undead.
The undead. I pitied them at first. Many among them were once kind and innocent civilians of Sicil after all. No longer do I feel that way, though. Too many of my soldiers have fallen. The dead must be put down without mercy, if we can. The bravest among my men and women tell me they are weaker in the west and stronger in the east. So I suggest you head westward if you want to flex your muscles and test the waters before blindly diving to your death.
I'd like to talk about some matters concerning the Legion.
I shall be very glad to share what information I can give you.
There are some sailors looking for work. Perhaps there's a place for them in the Legion.
It's very sweet of you that you are trying to get these men a job, but I'm afraid they're not Legion material. Sure, they can tie a knot and blow a whistle like the best of them, but even with a sword in their hands, they wouldn't stand a chance against the undead, and I don't want any more blood on my hands.
Fair point. Let's discuss the expeditions into hostile territory you mentioned.
If ever we want to be victorious in Sicil, we have to track down the root of the undead uprising. Under the Pact of Volunteers, 3 expeditions were launched to do just that, but so far, none of their participants have returned.
Don't pay attention to the Easter eggs. You'll only encourage it.
At least what she tells me, if there is necromancer doing this, they are probably in the west region, because there the undead are the strongest.
3 landmarks were chosen for further investigation. The lighthouse, the burial mounds, and the old church. Places fraught with danger all.
Lighthouse may be good hiding place, but usually necromancers or liches are. Now, if it's a lich, then it has to be old church. Yeah, old church.
There's a church to the northeast of here, built atop the very place where once stood a temple dedicated to the source. The Sicilians razed it, and built a church for the Seven instead, supposedly to symbolize the victory of the gods over evil sorcery. All superstitious mumbo-jumbo, if you ask me. But when the dead rose, that is when they were first spotted. Hence the expedition.
So there is probably a necromancer or lich.
There's a lighthouse to the west, up on the bluffs, overlooking the sea. No man has gone there in a decade, and yet a light shines from its pinnacle every night. The locals say it's haunted, and half a dozen legionnaires have gone to find out whether or not those are mere tall tales. I fear for their safety.
So about the burial mounds.
There are ancient burial grounds to be found north of the city. As good a place as any to start looking for necromancers, wouldn't you say? A local archaeologist offered to tag along with the men. Here's hoping his knowledge on the subject may prove to be of use to them.
I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Furious. She bit me in the face.
I have a faint memory of something about archaeologist.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down.
But,
So I did. The Pact of Volunteers. Many legionnaires will do whatever it takes to go home, which is why I personally sign their transfer orders the moment they make it back from a mission behind enemy lines.
That was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Furious. You'll only encourage it.
The chances of survival during these sorties are only about 1 in 10, you see. So my soldiers are free to volunteer, and if they are successful, they just bought themselves a boat ride home.
okay, Expedition Church. Undead Scourge. Cecilia's Mighty Staff. This is not... I have a feeling that will bite me into the ass. Okay. We let last time have the one soldier have the orc waifu. Let's just see.
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Esmeralda is there. Should we talk to her first? I'm jumping all over the place. That's my gaming style. Esmeralda's shop.
Move along.
Okay. Septimus.
Legion's greetings. I have been informed about your heroics on the beach. Were that I had been there to partake in the battle. But my duties lie here, sworn as I am to protect Lady Esmeralda from the rabble that would enforce summary justice on her, even though she is, until proven guilty, wholly innocent. I am Septimus, 7th son in a household of 9, legionnaires all. Me and 2 brothers of mine were assigned to Sicile from day one. Alas, both of them have long since fallen in battle against the dead. but never shall I lose heart. Long as a single legionnaire stands, all of us remain undefeated in the eyes of the gods. So fair a lady I have seldom seen in all of Riverlon, my friend. And I have traveled more extensively than migratory birds do. She stands accused of murder, but in my mind, her presumed guilt is a fallacy, and indeed a fabrication. Steadfast will I guard her. Never will I waver unless absolute proof of her culpability should be brought before me. And I hold no such proof exists. Jake's murder is, in a word, a tragedy. He was well loved in all of Sicile. The Council of Seven couldn't have wished for a better ambassador. That he of all people should have braved the undead siege for so long, only to be felled by foul sorcery, is heartrending. And what questions are those? The Sicilians used to say this was a chosen place, favored by the higher powers. But they don't talk like that much these days. Hard to feel favored with such horrors haunting every border, I imagine. I remember waking up with a head full of hammers 2 years ago. The drill sergeant barking away, "Up you get, lads, we sail for Sicile. Them's in need of the Legion over there." They certainly were, and they are still. Only, we cannot grant them victory. For I have yet to see the mortal soul that can put those undead bastards to rest once and for all.
There's Esmeralda.
Lords above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband. How many times do I need to state and restate my complete innocence in the matter? I am Esmeralda, wife of Jake, and now, alas, his widow. Poor man. We were both so young when we married. He so rich and I so poor, but his one and only princess just the same.
Well, what do you want to know?
I'm telling you, a necromancer must have been at work in Sicile. Perhaps still is. How else do you explain risen dead sprouting like mushrooms in a single night? And that's not even the worst of it. No, the worst is they keep coming back. An endless legion of the dead that even the legion of the living cannot subdue. Never imagined that finding a quarter pound of mouldy, moth-eaten flour would be a cause for celebration in this city. How things have changed. Like I told just about every legionnaire in town, I don't know anything about poor Jake's murder. I want his killer found and tried, but everyone suspects me of this evil deed. And you're no different, are you? So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger and you believe them? These insinuations truly go beyond the pale. Oh, I think I'm getting one of my headaches.
She seems to be quite adamant about her innocence.
We'll need to look for evidence if we want to prove she actually did the evil deed.
My, what a
Suspicious minds. You found your primary suspect.
You must have fought many a battle, am I right? In fact, I bet you're a real war hero.
Oh, I'm no hero, Esmeralda. I'm just doing my duty. For the Legion.
Well, you certainly are my hero. The rock
That
upon which
actually,
I
can I shop?
in these trying and troubled times.
Can I shop in here?
Here, milady. As long as I'm around, no hair on your halo.
The hunter returns. I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth.
I actually forgot there's a shop button. That is actually new to me, so This is mine. I can sell that. Do I need this? That I don't need. Salt. Type. That actually helps. Those and bum, 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 bum. I can put them. Again, do I need smoke screen? I know. Well, it might help if there is enemies who like to use alloys. Then I can make their life very difficult. Oh, this is devoted light crossbow of ice. This does the basic damage and water damage. Intelligence lockpicking. Up. And also the question is, what do I actually need? Do I need cooking pot? Maybe. Let's keep the shovel. Can you use that? Intestines. They slip through your fingers, leaving a slimy, pungent and oddly warm residue. Wait, why are you touching them? Oh yeah. I love it. I can sell all these, right? I think I don't need those. Do I need wooden log? The question, of course, is that there are so many combinations of items. And if I get a recipe that helps me. This doesn't help. Ooh. If we have talked Esmeralda.
Sight the seven, we've secured the perimeter.
Okay, so there is the office.
Can you spare a coin?
Wait.
One coin or two, noble spirit? One coin or two?
Here, take 10.
May the soul of Astarte smile upon you, kind stranger. Oh, I am a happy man, and certainly a humble one now. It turns out losing it all has its own share of benefits. Ah, a fool once was I, and ever seeking greater satisfaction than that which I already enjoyed. In my folly, I sought the counsel of those notorious Watcher statues on the Western Cliffs. Their guidance ruined any small fortune I might have had, but certainly granted me humility. I'd heard they were not to be trusted, that they gave fools' advice to the fools who sought them, but somehow I believed that I was the exception. They told me that I would find fame and renown if I renounced my worldly possessions, all my worldly possessions, and became a great figure of piety and humility. Fire, the most thorough cleanser, was my method. But as my house burned in front of me, I felt no elevation, no piety, only the sudden weight of my own idiocy upon my very soul. Thank you, kind one.
He deserves it.
So those statues told him he'd have to renounce his earthly possessions to become a spiritual leader, did they?
Makes sense to me. How can you explore the spirit when you're busy keeping up with the Joneses?
And now he's begging to survive. Looks like everything went according to plan.
Ah, cruel fortune.
I like the idea, by the way, that you have two protagonist. You have two main characters, and when there is like one of them saying this and the other one saying that, you can, because you are control of both characters, you can role play. Like, for example, if I make Lunara practical, I don't want to say materialistic, but you know. And then me myself is spiritual and always seeing the positive side of things. What did I found? Is there something here?
never ends around here. There's a zombie in my garden. My sheep's missing. An orc ate my baby. Night and day, day and night.
Again!
Lieutenant Drill Sergeant.
About face! It never ends around here. There's a zombie in my garden. My sheep is missing. An orc ate my baby. Night and day, day and night.
Face looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
About face!
That's it, troops. Train up while you can.
Dummy,
Next
dummy.
orcish strike could land at any moment.
What's happening here?
I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Various. You'll only encourage it. Hey, who's that then? Come on, stand where my good eye can see you. Sorry, sir.
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking to.
I'm very curious. A crazy citizen you got here. Is the woman in cage under arrest?
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough, but she's no more than a wild animal.
I'm sorry, but that is rude.
We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched behind a tree, taking aim at a fat old rat trotting along the city walls.
About face!
I just looked. She has scar.
I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what, and the beast startled like a wild cat and lunged right at me.
Bit Tullia right in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty, and now it's got a chunk ripped off it to boot.
Enjoy it while you can, Verd. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
Do you have anything to...
Sorry, sir.
And what will become of these admittedly strange strangers?
I'd say you ought to take her off our hands if you had the space. Though we couldn't guarantee she'd do more than piddle on the floor and maul your furniture.
Attention! About face!
You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
She's...
Joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Furious. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly
But-
will be the least of it. Sorry, sir. The beast looks rabid.
It doesn't tell
In that
me...
case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, Screech woman. The beast speaks, so you have a brain behind the feral. Ice blue eyes, narrow beneath a heavy brow streaked with sweat and dust. Her hands tense into claws, held at the ready.
I mean no harm, stranger. I only wonder who you are.
Her brow knits together, but something in her pose relaxes. She clears her throat.
I am Bear Daughter. I have not come here to find trouble with the Screech woman. She only startled me. And you are a source hunter. I have heard many tales of your order. Your history is long and honorable. This woman here, the one who now plots her revenge, she crept behind me while I was hunting, and I only defended myself. I would not hurt an innocent Screech woman on purpose. But soon their swords were upon me, and they forced me into this cage meant for dogs. Mother would rip the fur from her chest if she could see how they keep me. You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, look, do what you must in Scythial, but don't make waves and don't interfere with the Legion's affairs, you hear? I'm Captain Aureus, if you must know, leader of the Legion in Scythial, by which I mean I have the enviable task of commanding a battalion of walking dead. For I fear it may well be but a matter of time before the undead undo all my soldiers and turn them into drivelling hordes of their own misshapen number. Gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother, but he just had to send for source hunters, didn't he? Bloody magicians. They see a pigeon poop and think sorcery's afoot. Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand? I am in command of this town, not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. So investigate Jake's death if you feel so inclined, but report back to me the moment you discover something out of the ordinary. The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Now off with you! Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in town, down to the crabs on the beach, is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has the reputation of being a flirt. There is that. But that doesn't suffice as evidence, wouldn't you say? Or do source hunters rely on hearsay alone, perhaps? That certainly would explain some of the cock-ups you lot have made in the past. What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly. But I won't stand for such nonsense. If you bring evidence before me, I'll evaluate it with perfect objectivity. The Legion relies on reason, see? Not idle superstition. If you must. Bravo! Figured that one out, did you? I haven't been stuck here for 2 years because we're being besieged by fluffy kittens, you know. Those brain-feasting freaks out there keep on coming. And it takes all the sword arms and all of Ahu's half-baked contraptions to keep them at bay. Keeping them at bay, that is all we do. Were that I could break their backs once and for all. How am I enjoying it? Are you spoiling for a fight, Hunter? Are you? Scythial stinks of fish, reeks of orcs, and on a good day, the wind disperses the stench of decomposing corpses. I can't remember the last time I had a proper piece of steak, and by now, I retch at the mere sight of sardines. So in conclusion, I am not enjoying Scythial. We are the pride of Rivellon, to be found and to be seen everywhere. We don't hide in the dark and lurk in corners like some I could mention. No, we protect the civilized from the barbaric, and we do so impeccably. I'd say they're looking for weak spots in our defenses. They can't make an attack over land for fear of Ahu's magical machines, so they're trying their luck by sea. They won't succeed, though. Not against the Legion. Yes, and he also spends most of his time in the guise of a cat, licking God's knows which body parts. Sects, sorcerers. He'll be seeing flying carpets next.
You don't have to be rude.
I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter. But certainly. What would you like to know? Oh, I am but a wizard, a guardian of man and beast, and indeed I am both. My body, like any other, is bound to temporal decay. But my spirit is a speck of light that shone forth from the eternal sun that is the cosmic soul. My task upon this earth is to protect the heart of nature, the very antithesis of which is the intrigue spun by demons and directors of the dead. Hence my involvement in Siciel. You see, my one desire is to witness a world in which every mother looks around her and purrs with calm contentment, for she knows that her chicks or children, her cubs or calves, will grow up without knowing the meaning of menace, the enfeeblement of fear. To my great regret, none of them purr as yet. Oh, but that's not a trick. It's a blessing. Or does it surprise you that I enjoy taking a feline guise? Such magic is a gift, hunter. To tread upon the realm of instinct, even articulate speech, perhaps humanity's greatest asset, cannot give expression to something so inextricably innate. To be out in the night, to stalk on silent paws and hunt with only the moon as your witness, you couldn't possibly imagine the thrill. But of course it's handy to speak in more than meows. And I couldn't brew potions or make machines without opposable thumbs, this I freely admit. Let's just say I have found a way to enjoy the best of two worlds. Oh, that'll never happen. Granted, a witch could make the polymorph permanent if she'd enchant me in my cat guise, but I'll just have to be careful around witches, won't I? I'm my own wizard, you know, and I don't intend to become anyone's familiar. By all means. Of course, I hope your investigation fares well. I can but piece together what few morsels fell from the grapevine into a rather disappointing meal, I'm afraid. They say a woman arrived in the King Crab Inn sometime after midnight. She retired to a room on the ground floor where she was soon joined by a man who had been nursing the same cup of wine for hours. I say man and woman because both of them were cloaked and recognized by none. About an hour later, another figure arrived, headed for the same room. Soon after, a terrible commotion erupted and the thundering light of magic was witnessed by the few remaining patrons. It took a while for the landlord to pluck up the courage to enter the mystery room. When finally he did, he found Jake there, dead. How and why he came to be there, no one knows. But I had a good look around the scene of the crime before the Legion barred anyone from entering. The traces of magic I felt were vile. Source, no doubt. I myself have none, even though the rest of the town has already mentally tried and convicted Jake's wife, Esmeralda. Now, it may well be established that she is in fact the guilty party. I'm not claiming that I'm certain she's innocent, but let's just say that if I really thought this murder case would be so very easily resolved, I wouldn't have sent for source hunters. I can't say much more, but that they're madmen. All the more dangerous to us because of their alliance with what should be a natural enemy. You won't see me teaming up with a terrier in a hurry. And what might those be? Those who are raising the dead dwell among us. They simply must be. But even though I've spent many a night leaping from tree to rooftop, watching on as citizens stagger home from the inn or simply burn the midnight oil, I haven't spied a single soul worthy of true suspicion. The enemy is wily. They know us better than we know them, and they've found ways to avoid both detection and distrust. Yet I am somehow convinced that you may succeed where the Legion and I have failed. Call it instinct. You have a flair for understatements, Hunter. I'm sure they are but a minor nuisance in the eyes of a born warrior. But to the Legion, they are green-skinned death incarnate. Until they conclude what mischief they intend to see through, or, less likely, they are conclusively defeated, we can but bar the gates and hole up like mice while the cats are on the prowl. Oh, a mere trifle for one with the intellect of a feline and the engineering skills of a human. You basically construct a classic ballista, add a 100% legally obtained self-regenerating source of destructive magic to it, and Bobcat's your uncle.
Log updated.
Fortune!
I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter.
Mission controlled instruction manual. Welcome to Honor Spark Master 5000 Universal Controller Instruction Manual. With the controller in hand, you can give your beloved weapon of mass destruction various commands. Here are some of our customers' favorites: angry, happy, angry, vent steam, angry, sleepy, discharge electricity, sleepy, happy, weapons deactivated, angry, happy, sleepy, happy, angry, universal controller deactivated, happy, party time, woohoo, have fun. Oh, by the way, can I craft it? No. Nope. Armor +6. Okay. Smolder is there. Crime scene.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Virius! She bit me in the face!
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers of the moon.
Greetings! These stalls offer our Legion troops. Rivellon's finest work up mighty fine appetites.
Potent heat!
Potent heat!
Beyond these walls, the dead roam free, Hunter. Be vigilant. I wouldn't venture too far out of town if I were you. Many legionnaires did so before you. Very few have returned.
May the seven keep you.
Looks like that dog is awfully agitated.
Perhaps he wants to tell us something.
Hey! Wow! I was wondering where that awesome sweaty boot smell was coming from. And here you are! Wow! This is great! I'm Murphy, Jake's dog. Wow! You smell great! Have you been rolling around on dead things all day? That's my favourite hobby too. You know who I miss? Jake. Sometimes he'd just sit there being awesome. And I'd give him this look like, you smell great. And he'd give me this look like, you do too, Murphy. And he was my best friend. I came here so I could smell Jake again. He smelled great. But whatever's buried there doesn't smell like Jake at all. No, it's definitely not Jake. He was awesome. If I ever find out who killed Jake, the most awesome Jake who ever jaked, I'll bark so much! Seriously, so much! You have no idea! Jake, where are you? Are you here, Jake? Jake!
Here lies Kavanagh. Will they have Sisal pie in the afterlife? Here lies Jake. Please do not disturb.
May the seven keep
This
you.
dog we met, how true a creature he is. How loyal and unwavering in its affections. His master is dead, but not even this, not even nature's great betrayal of life, stops his warm-heartedness from beating. Animals, dog and deer, elk and eagle. We burden and butcher them, wretches that we are. These pillars of creation, we topple them, though their spirits are so very pure. They are. They do not scheme, they do not deceive. perfidy. That is the human condition. This kind, this trusty beast, he is man's best friend, though man does not deserve one.
Are you playing without me? I smell...
Wise words. To approach humanity with the same distrust as one would approach a grinning goblin is to be ready for the stab that is to follow. I know, for I have lain on silken cushions in marble palaces, and I have lain on wet leaves in soggy forests. Vastly do I prefer the latter. Oh, the occasional thorn may pierce your skin, but at least you are aware the sting is not that of a poisoned needle hidden by aspiring rivals.
Where are you? Are you
In the
here?
animal kingdom only one is free. Beware the wolf, yes, beware the bear, but their rules are honest. The kingdoms of man, they are built upon the blood of the ones not strong enough to lay claim to power. This dog, it is a creature worthy of your affection. The ones you see around you, the men and women of this world, they are not.
Jake, where are you? Are you here, Jake? Jake!
What trickery is this? That's not Jake.
It's a rotting sheep's corpse. It seems someone snatched Jake's body. May the seven keep you.
Now that was a plot twist.
Are you playing without me? Jake, where are you? Are you here, Jake? Jake!
Rest in peace, darling.
I smell rotten lamb chops.
Oops. Okay, let's see now. Wait.
I'm drenched.
Ooh, clashing. Fire. Clashing damage, yes. Here on target. He's undead, right? Dave. Can I quick save? I can.
Touch will root you to the earth.
It was undead.
Everything we do seems to fortify your abilities.
Playing without me?
May the seven keep you. I suppose your example has inspired me to reach heights I never before envisioned.
That inspiration hardly flows one way, my friend.
I smell rotten lamb chops.
Oh, that was sneaking inventory. Yeah, I have to remember it is inventory.
Where are you, Jake? Are you playing without me?
May the seven keep you.
Maybe Lawmaster. Talents depend on the features. Select talents to complete.
I smell rotten lamb chops.
Rest in peace, darling.
Where are you, Jake? Are you playing without me?
Maybe a recovery? Leech. Leech heals you when standing in blood. Know it all?
Jake, where are
Veno
you?
sent those you by.
Are you here, Jake? Jake!
I like it, know it all.
May the seven keep you.
Attitude decreases, but
Are you here?
I get intelligence. Perfect.
Jake, where are you? Are you here, Jake? Jake!
May the seven keep you.
Ouch. 2 points in charisma, but lose 1 point in intelligence.
Are you here, Jake? Jake!
Rest in peace, darling.
Where are you, Jake? Are you playing without me? Where are you, Jake? Are you
May
playing
the
without me?
seven keep you.
Where are you, Jake? Are you playing without me?
May the seven keep you.
Wait.
I smell
Crossbow.
rotten lamb chops.
May the seven keep you.
I smell
The ship.
rotten lamb chops. Jake, where are you? Are you here, Jake? Jake!
May the seven keep you.
Jake, where are you? Are you here, Jake? Jake!
No, I am doing big mistakes.
Are you here, Jake? Jake! Jake, where are you? Are you here, Jake?
May the seven keep you.
The rates are assigned to your character after voicing opinions. If your character is consistent in their opinions, their trait points can result in a stat or ability bonus. Over time, your traits can change.
Are you here, Jake? Jake!
May the seven keep you.
Where are you, Jake? Are you playing without me?
Here lies David, who ran from the Reaper. You'll never catch me alive.
I have a feeling he didn't.
Here lies Nemesis, master of philosophy.
Rotten lamb chops.
Peace be with you, traveller. May your lost loved ones rest in peace. I once lived a prosperous life with my husband and our happy little daughter Loni. But when the undead plague broke out, my dear husband was among the first killed. Loni never recovered from the loss, and when a group of mercenaries, predators more aptly called, came to town dangling the opportunity to annihilate those undead devils, Loni lapped up their rhetoric and joined without so much as a backward glance. She was killed less than a week after she joined. Here she lies, and here I stand, mourning the death of my last joy.
Where are you, Jake? Are you playing without me?
Here lies Jacques, the oldest man in Syciel. Get off my grave, you jackanapes.
Rest in peace, darling.
That shovel has proven worth its weight, it seems.
Are you playing without me?
Indeed. And who knows what manner of riches we'll unearth together with this tried and true treasure digger.
Oh, for the seven's sake. Those shining eyes are better fit for a puppy than a source hunter.
May the seven keep you.
Here lies James, as usual, the filthy fibber.
Jake?
Rest
Where
in
are
peace,
you?
darling.
Are you here, Jake? Jake?
Pie.
I smell
Effect unknown.
lamb chops.
May the seven keep you.
Jake, where are you?
No, not back.
The outskirts of Syciel are infested with undead! Are you the exterminator?
Good. They adjust the level. 2. Spoodle! No!
Don't have a leg to stand on. No glory in this death.
This arrow seeks more than one target.
How could that happen?
see. Iron ore. Hammer. Mining. Crushing water. Oh no.
Starting all the way to my boot soles. Darling arachnid, aid my plight.
I just put out the fire that was burning this one.
Feeling hot under the collar.
Mercy on your soul.
First aid!
And I did find. Where was it? Was it so? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
The outskirts of Sicil are infested with undead! Are you the exterminator?
Yes. For now it looks like I am.
Careful, I spotted a trap.
There.
Careful now, that's a trap.
You're like a gorilla in a porcelain store.
Ripping!
Find letter arm. I don't like when the game auto-saves.
Back near the path.
Where am I? I'm here. I was actually expecting something not good, but apparently that was good. I'm happy. Oh, glad.
You see a shady-looking figure fishing coins of gold out of the muddy water that pools beneath the well overhead. His movements are quick and nervous, but nevertheless, he seems to enjoy stuffing what cash he can find into the many pockets of his shabby garb. So absorbed is he in his coin hoarding that at first he doesn't notice your presence. Suddenly, though, he pauses, looks up, and quick as a cat its talons, readies 2 daggers. Your friendly tone of voice has immediate effect. The man quickly relaxes his aggressive stance, sheathes his weapons, and pulls a quill and a scrap of parchment out of one of his pockets. Dexterously, he writes down a couple of phrases, then holds it out for you to read. Mute, can't speak. You look professional. You the source hunter the wizard asked for? Excitedly, the man turns over the scrap and pens a few more lines. Name's Walgraf. I admire you. No hero like Source Hunter. Sicil, dead end. Please let me join you. Walgraf nods enthusiastically and pulls a couple of ripped parchment pieces out from his vestments. Hastily, he covers them with words and pushes them in your hands, one after the other. Been mute since I was a kid. Sorcerers took my voice. People think I'm stupid. I'm not. Get money, food where I can. Steal if I must. Not from poor folks. I'm a good sneak, good fighter, good with logs. See things you don't. Want to help you. I'm useful. Want to catch sorcerers. Make 'em pay. Please. Walgraf notices there's no room left in your party and shrugs his shoulders. Nothing he can do about that.
Tennyson Dugongs, you nearly startled me out of my boots. Well, you've got my attention, comrade. But what'll you do if the feline menace chooses this very moment to launch its offensive? Well, I reckon I'll grab a pint at the King Crab Inn until you lot come to your senses. Medora salutes you, comrades, until we meet again.
I just want him.
Wolgraf looks at you expectantly. Clearly, he wants to know whether or not you're ready to allow him to join your party. Wolgraf eagerly catches your gaze with the best puppy eyes imitation he can muster.
I could use someone with your specific type of expertise. Consider yourself hired.
Be welcome, Wolgraf. Riches await, if you'll obtain them for us.
Wolgraf smiles and shakes your hand in thanks. With a gesture of the arm, he seems to say, "I'm ready. Lead the way."
Now I'm here. But where is here? One thing I am going to do is where there. I will have a short break. I will be right back. I'm back. Up. If a backstab talent, move into the cone behind an enemy to attack suspects, perform instant critical hits. CP attacks. Oh, that's a lot of them. Hello! List 176. Welcome, how are you doing? Hopefully you have a wonderful day. I don't have. As you can see, my English is bad. I think this is officially game over. Where was the priest? How I am liking this. I like it. This is actually my first time playing. I have tried Original Sin 2 first, back in the day, but yeah, I figured. Gladly I saved. But yeah, I am liking this. These games are kind of, how to say, out of my... I don't usually play these kind of games, but I think because of the Baldur's Gate 3 coming out, and then I have played some games like Witcher 3, there are others, and then okay, where are they? Corpse. Half-eaten zombie. But how are you liking this? Have you played any similar games? Okay, fast track. This is too... 6, 3. Hopefully those guys don't see me. That's the last thing I want.
Venomous sister, attack!
What kind of games are you usually into? I have played Witcher 3 many times. Many times, and a little bit of Baldur's Gate 3. Well, my favorite genre, I have to say, JRPGs are my favorite. But if what it comes to games, I like to try different games, like this game, for example. 10 years ago, I would have never tried or played this game, for example. It's very hard to say what games I'm really into, because I just love games in general, but I have favorites like JRPGs. But I still love to try these games out. And for example, I am also trying to play Alan Wake 2, I mean. Stop that. Here's my pet. This takes 6. Hasten it. I have also, by the way, I have also streamed Witcher 3. It's not my first playthrough, of course, because I have played it at least 2 times. One with the base game and 2 times with the DLC. But I have streamed Witcher 3, and currently I am at the Blood and Wine DLC section. Now you die. Again. Poop. This takes 5. You know, why not? Heal. That might not be good. Then, what do you say about this? Hehehe. Oh no! Spider died. Okay, who I have? Gold. I will take that. Now I just need to get out of here. This way. Where's the lighthouse, Cecile?
Your return marks a victory, Hunter. We'll vanquish our foes yet. You're a source hunter, aren't you? They say you can talk to animals, but I, for one, won't be falling for such a tall tale.
You would actually be surprised.
Source hunters here too? Well, if the Legion couldn't save this place, what are you gonna do?
Actually, need to check those. This... Wait. Oops. Back. I looked it wrong. Yeah. That gives me more armor rating, but... Oh. Let's take the armor rating. There's more armor rating. Just on this bow. Now I actually have questions.
Feeling hot under the collar.
And then of course there is the strange cave. I can go now inside here.
Whatever happened to that group of eager imbeciles we sent to the Northern Cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
Wait, did we ever visit here? Why not? What happened? Can we talk to someone? Seems door closed. What? Divine Light Skill Book. It will actually be awesome if we can buy this house. But apparently not. I have a feeling that's not possible.
Say, no one's around. You wouldn't raise a fuss if I, borrowed one of these fish, would you?
They don't have anything.
Borrow indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat wizard than see that merchant repaid.
Come now, I'll be good for it, I swear. Oh, my story's tired by now. I was happy enough, prosperous enough, before these lean times around Sicil began. Still, that doesn't waive a man's need to eat, you know. I never would have dreamt of resorting to petty theft during better times, but what choice have I got now? If it's steal or starve, I'll choose steal. So what do you think? Should I snag a fish?
Everyone needs a hand now and then. Take the fish, and none but us will be the wiser.
Sure, everyone needs a hand, but who are we to offer the merchant's hand without his consent? He should leave the fish be.
Whether the merchant loses a fish or this man goes hungry, someone will suffer in this equation. We might as well help the man in the most dire need.
That fish simply isn't ours to give. We can't offer it up as though we had the right to do so.
No, we'll do as I say.
That's the spirit! Or should I say, the soul?
These batches are made. That's my fish. He took my fish.
Sir, did you just steal that fish?
No, I paid for it. The merchant just left, but I paid. I paid before.
You were a witness to this event now? Tell me what happened.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
I'm surprised his pantaloons haven't caught fire yet, the damned liar.
Simply shocking the way he so blatantly lies.
What kind of monster are you? You encourage me to take the fish and then throw me to the wolves. Curse you!
Come along quietly. You did the crime, sir, and the sentence is yours alone.
Now I feel bad. Typical.
You! Hypocrites and traitors! I thought sorcerers were supposed to help the people, not lure them into crime and punishment.
Sorry, but I haven't the time for chatter. These days, a moment's inattention is all a thief needs to snatch my livelihood out from under me. You're a strange guppy, telling that man to snatch my stock and then turning him in. I'm glad to have my wares back, but I would have preferred for him not to have taken it at all.
Oh, hello, love. Nice day for a little stroll around the market, isn't it? Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Oh yeah, now I remember. We had the...
Not in the mood for cheese. That excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine Corbin bear.
Now I remember. We had... we were supposed to give jobs to the sailors Go tell them they have jobs. For some reason I forgot. And I think even in the beginning of the stream, I was like talking to the man who hired them. Oh no, I was asking about the Legionnaire that can she hire a couple of sailors. It was here, right? Yeah. Moo.
No, it ain't. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught.
Have you found us a job yet? We'll take anything, really. So there's a captain offering booze and brass for a bit of crate loading. Gods be praised. You've done it, friend. Off we go.
Oh, it's my loving nature.
Must we ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for the joyride?
No, it ain't.
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
Slimy, reeking, rotting sea garbage.
Here lies Gregory, whose wife told him so. Here lies Judith, warrior princess. Here lies Neil, killed in the line of duty. I want to go home.
Got a lucky find. Oh no. Is that a bomb? I'm evil. So let's read, but you are going to die. Wait. Crushing fire. Well, of course, but I have feeling if I use fire, fuse for loot, and then I will explode.
No glory in this death.
Here lies Jared. Shall I come back as an enraged spirit or a lovable prankster ghost?
I say in red spirit.
Where are you, Jake? Are you playing loudly?
Here lies Patrick. You can kill me, but you'll never kill the dancer inside me.
The sun is out, and yet I feel a cold inside my soul. The bane of age. Oh, how nice it is! The very picture of youth, to break the monotony of an elder's day. Wild away on this hardwood bench. Pray, let me be forward with you, O sapling rose, O leaf of spring. For my weary mind is troubled, and would highly prize thy gentle-handed assistance, thy kind ministrations. I am but an aged elf that has seen the years parade in long succession. Gladly shall I tell you more. Will I regale thee, O whelp of men, with my tale? But not here, where the winds may steal my words. You would listen to my grievances, guide me towards untroubled realms. Oh, you are truly a wonder, oh budding flower of the morn. Yet, that which I would tell you is of a rather private nature. So let us escape both the chill and the eye of public scrutiny. Hot spiced wine and a snug little room awaits us on the King Crab's first floor. Let us go there so that we can warm our bones, yet make shiver our hearts with a tale of loss and sorrow.
We met an old elf, Vikander, who asked us to meet him in his room at the King Crab. He said he needed our help with something. Oh, by the way, what was Kitty Love here? Sam told us that he used to be... But there was... Let's go to the help. The crime scene investigation.
What's with you bipeds and beer? No better drink than milk. Aye, So there's the rub. I am but a stray, and she is the mayor's cat. Oh, I do understand her, I do. She wants a Tom of means, not privation. One who brings home the sardines and the occasional halibut. Would that I still had my collar. Such a marvel it was, as bejeweled as the night sky with precious stones, said to have once been worn by a far-off Maharaja's best hunting cheater. Like the king of all cats I looked when I wore it. A gift bestowed upon me by a princess whom I had kept company during a long and perilous voyage. A precious band of gemstones, lost as I was tossed around by the waves like a ball in a game of catch. Among the waves it remains, I imagine. Won perhaps by a crab who fancies himself a Caesar with it. If only I could be the Caesar again, and Maxine my Caesarina.
Careful now. Your head's growing more swollen than saffrons, I dare say.
There is the strange cave there. There is apparently one part that I haven't explored yet here. Maybe. I have to make notes. I will make notes. There.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't open this door for anyone who hasn't received Captain Aureus' explicit approval. Not exactly the friendliest bloke, the captain, is he? Well, your reward for getting your ear chewed off is a waltz through the town's finest magical murder scene. Enjoy.
What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
I'm sorry, what?
Terrible, terrible, terrible! It will consume us all. By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? Two Rivalonians here? At the end of space and time? How very, very, very curious. Oh yes, proper introductions. Zigzags the historian at your service. It is my job to record all that was, and is, and hopefully all that is to be. As for how I got here, well, for a historian appointed by the gods themselves, hopping to the end of time is as easy as 1, 2, 3. How you got here, though? That's a rather more interesting question. On such a tiny and rapidly shrinking vestige of space and time, I wouldn't have expected to find a soul but my own shadow. Ah, at last a question I can
answer most definitively. I mentioned already that this place is the end of time. If that didn't send your heart into your stomach and your pulse a-flutter, it should have. Time ought naturally to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such as myself. But something totally, utterly terrible has happened. Show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer through yonder looking lens and feast your soon-to-be terrified eyes on the darkness that is approaching.
I think that imp might be quite mad.
Then we'd better appease him and have a look through the looking lens.
You looked. You saw. Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal. It's... The portal has become active. Fantastic. Astounding. The portal. It's quite sprung to life, just like the long dormant flames that decorate this observatory. After all my waiting and hoping, could it be? You, dear stranger, you must be the key. Something about your presence here is causing the end of time to grow. The true end itself to move further away. Those torches, a light! This portal active once more. It cannot be coincidence. Goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. And what you saw has been haunting my mind since I first discovered it. It is the void itself. The dragon that is devouring creation. When I speak of the end of time, this is exactly what I mean. I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking our future by the second. And if we don't stop it, it will devour the past and present as well. It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Long have I been waiting here, hoping that one day this very portal would ignite. Then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it goes. The chronicler of time knows a pattern when he sees one. Ah, though I cannot say for certain, if it is what I believe, then our prayers might well be answered. In fact, every last question that ever plagued your noggin might well be answered, for I believe what lies beyond this portal is nothing other than... But why spoil the mystery? As soon as we leap through, we'll find out for certain. After you, after you. Oh, what wonders we may find on the other side. Yes! Just as I hoped! There she is! There it is!
And he's off.
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
Could it be, milady? The weaver of time? Mother of history? Author of all that has ever been?
Indeed, Sir Imp. As surely as you are he who chronicles all that I weave.
Astounding! Unbelievable! I have so many questions for you, so much to ask, so much to say.
You have brought guests, I see. Strange. Very strange guests.
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here at the end of time that instigated my finding you. But why? Surely you must know.
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did you arrive upon this plane? A stone. So, it was a stone that caused the great shock of energy that brought you here, and it infused you with new life as well. Is that so? Not like this, no. What happened to you is unique in all my work. Never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. To weave something I had not seen, had not expected. Life does not simply spring into existence, you see. But yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that stone. Starstone. I now know it to be called.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all? Have you not woven all that is and could ever be into your tapestry?
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me in this world, but their likenesses appeared not upon my tapestry until they revived the stone. Source Hunters, it would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how, I cannot say, but I do believe that finding more stones will reveal to me who you yourselves truly are. Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Its true nature must be part of a greater secret, a secret lost even to me. Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What wounds lay upon the tapestry of time?
Mysteries of all time, gaps in history. Oh, how they've tormented me for eons.
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which to mend the tapestry. Thus, it restores time itself.
I see. What the void would shrink, Starstone restores.
Yes, though I cannot explain why this Starstone is the antidote to the void's ravishment of our realm. If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume us all. Indeed you must, though I may not yet understand why. It seems that you and you alone can unlock the powers within Starstone. Yet we are not the only entities who know these stones to be so much more than pretty gems.
Why, of course, that's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone, more and more by the day. Now I understand. They'd keep the stones from our reach. They'd prevent the mending of time.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry will crumble. Even this plane will fall victim to the void's insatiable hunger.
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. First we mend the tapestry, then we stop the void. Please, our most mysterious guest, are you ready? Are you willing? Will you hunt out the stones? Will you help us restore what has been lost?
Not but a moment ago, we were hunting Source in Rivellon, and now we're being told that we alone can prevent the end of time by way of some magical stones. What do you make of it?
Something for you if you're up to the challenge.
We can't deny our reaction to Starstone. There must be something to all of this, mad as it may seem.
No matter how improbable, anything is possible. If the Weaver tells the truth, we have some serious work ahead of us.
How welcome you are upon this realm, our most honored guest. I hope you begin to find this place more familiar than it may yet seem. In the ethereal threads of eternity, do I record the deeds of gods and men, of beasts and spectral apparitions? The drift of continents through changing seas, the rise and fall of empires, the shift of every grain of sand on every beach, the fall of every raindrop on every world, the all but imperceptible touch of lovers' hands. This and all I chronicle without fault. Except, it seems, you. Ask and I shall answer, if I can. Quite so. Your absence, it should be an impossibility, but no matter where I look, you cannot be found. I do not know you, which makes you my one perennial imperfection, a blind spot in the eye of time. But perchance I may be cured of this blindness. Perchance the blemish may be undone, and time can be redeemed.
Come, I've got something for you if you're up to the challenge. The glint in your gaze and the set of your brow suggest to me that you've not given up on our dear old Rivellon, not just yet. No, with you searching out Starstone, I believe we'll mend the tapestry in no time. We'll find out just who you are and how exactly to send the void back to wherever it came from. But you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead, won't you? Who wouldn't want to see what fantastic changes your search will yield? And who knows what the Weaver might discover about you? Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so I'll let you in on the little secret of how to transport back and forth from the end of time. Just, don't go sharing it around. Never know who we can trust these days. Off you go, then. You've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to examine. Surely there must be some clue here as to how on earth you're related to the end of time. Cross my heart, hope to fade in the void, I honestly don't know. But ask her. If she claims it is so, perhaps she knows why. Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot! Wouldn't it just? Would that I had a Starstone sightseeing guide, but alas, such a booklet does not exist. Just like yourselves, Starstones are curiously absent from history, both in my writings and on the tapestry of time. From what I can gather, though, they were once cherished by devious sorcerers whose reign ended long ago. The stones are therefore most likely to be found in the ancient places of this world. Ruins, caves, the lairs of long-forgotten evils. Those are the dens you should frequent. 2 more pieces of advice. Don't go unarmed, and consult with my agent. Neither do I, but the mere fact that activated Starstone has set the Weaver of Time weaving again more than implies that it and the Void Dragon are natural enemies. This in turn more than implies that you are the Void's natural enemy, for it is you who is setting new events in motion. You who is handing the Weaver new threads. And that which she is weaving is more than an ornament to decorate the shelter plane. It is both history and future history. It is all of time. We may not understand the how yet, but our aim is clear. We shall save creation from the grip of the Void. Now, isn't that a lovely mission? Oh, I don't know if I'm more than those things per se, but having been given a divine mission does have its perks. Old age can't touch me, that's one. Immortality is mine as long as no one skewers me with a sword, and even then I'll be back in a jiffy. But of course I have a price to pay for something that is priceless. It is my duty to record all of history, and an arduous task that is. Not to mention how much stress that void out there is causing me. The end of time. I'll be out of a job. So, gather those starstones so that we may know the history that was lost. Know so that we must not repeat what leads us to this dangerous precipice, but do better and close the dark eye of the Void forever. Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot! Lonesome, observing the frontier of creation, surfing the vibrant tide of the eons, always approaching yet never reaching shore. Lonesome, being privy to all that has been and all that is. Well, yes, actually. I don't mean to complain, but one certainly doesn't mind a bit of company now and then. Perhaps you can imagine the profound pleasure it is to have made the Weaver's acquaintance after all these years. I can hardly wait to pick her brain about the great battle of the Sons of Sigurd. The last Rivalonian who remembers it died more than 7,000 years ago. Before you go, Source Hunter, a final word. Once you return to Rivalon, there will be someone waiting for you. My agent, my eyes and ears upon your world. I hope he'll be able to help you as much as he can. Time, I need hardly remind you, is of the essence.
Source Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your travels through the chasms of space. Nice to have found a shelter, wouldn't you agree? Where you can come to no harm. I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know of the alliance between me and Sir Zigzax, let us turn to the business at hand. Starstone. And I'll be delighted to give it. Dark webs are being woven around these parts, and it is my firm belief starstones are the flies the sorcerer spiders are trying to catch. It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Councillor Jake was a collector of the stones we seek. His foul murder and the plight of dying time must somehow be interconnected. That means the task you have been given remains crucial. Find the assassin that did away with Jake, for you're bound to stumble upon Starstone along the way. Oh, before you go, here, take this teleporter pyramid. A handy toy indeed that Zigzax asked me to give to you. You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its powers, but alas, I seem to have misplaced it. Don't worry though. Use this one here and it'll take you straight to its twin. Now that this matter has been settled, hunters, I shall detain you no longer. But rest assured, I'll do my share of hunting too. So if you spot a white cat during your travels, do stop to say hello.
How intolerable it is to think that all the knowledge of the world is being gathered by an imp. A creature that is no more than the result of a demon's bowel movement imbued with the breath of life. And yet I am a tad jealous of that jabbering little jester. To know all. It is a consummation devoutly to be wished. Life without mystery. Life without wonder. What is this pseudo-philosophical flower-child claptrap? The greater one's knowledge, the vaster its extent, the more monumental the questions become that loom on the ever-retreating horizon. Let us learn, Hunter, whether you like it or not, and through wisdom grow ever more mighty.
And it's 3 hours exact. So it means, sadly, my dear viewers, that I am stopping this here. But thank you everybody for watching. I'm just checking there is no one to rate currently. But thank you everybody for watching. And see you again tomorrow next time. Same Veno channel. Bye bye.